Rezoom multifocal lens implants dramatically replace cataract-ruined natural lenses. Cataracts are a baby boomer inevitability as they affect almost everyone 60 and older. Gary Player was golf's first physical fitness advocate and in a legendary career won 163 tournaments, some after the age of 60 when cataracts began bothering him terribly. With cataracts, you just can't see anything well.
My caddy got the nickname of Fairway Bob because every time I played, it was so embarrassing, you know, having had great eyes all my life. I'd hit the drive and I'd say, Fairway Bob? In other words, I was asking him if the ball was on the fairway. Well, all these other caddies heard this every single day, and eventually they called my caddy Fairway Bob. Now I can stand there and say, Bob, that ball's on the fairway. Can you see it?
Player can joke about it now because he can see well again. Every year, 14 million people worldwide get lens implants to replace their cataracts because it's the only solution there is.
Cataracts make their presence known to you with blurred and deteriorating vision. Colors fade and your prescription changes often. Trouble seeing in low light and at night. Once they begin, cataracts only get worse.
A cataract is nothing but a cloudiness of the natural lens of the eye. When you go in to remove the cataract, you have a couple of options. One is you can put an implant that will allow him to have vision either at distance or up close, but not both, and we call that a monofocal implant.
Lens replacement is a safe, routine procedure. The clouded natural lens is replaced with an artificial lens implant. But now there are better choices than the traditional monofocal implant.
The other option that we have is to give him an implant that will allow him to have good vision at distance, up close, and everything in between, and we call that a multifocal implant.
Player was one of the first to benefit from the new Rezoom multifocal implant and was stunned by the clarity and range of his vision.
The Rezoom procedure has changed my entire life. I'm able to now sit with my grandchildren and I can read to them, whereas before I really couldn't. The Rezoom procedure definitely has changed my golf game. I obviously don't have the ability I had when I was 20, but I'm able to see the ball land, I'm able to see it on the green. I had 7 years where I never saw the ball land on the fairway, I never saw the ball land on the green, and when you're playing golf for a living, eyes are imperative.
The difference in the past has been the fact that when we implanted lenses in people, we either got good vision at distance or up close, not both together. Well, here is a lens that allows you to see in the same eye, both distance, up close, and in between. And that is a technological breakthrough. And it is really the closest thing to the natural lens of the eye.
Last week, Mary Carfus got a Rezoom multifocal implant in one eye. She's here today to complete the process in her other eye.
She was nervous the first time.
I was nervous the first time. I am cool, calm, and collected right now because I'm with a lot of nice people.
It makes a big difference.
It's a piece of cake. All my friends said, it's a piece of cake. So, okay.
Mary will be relaxed and awake as Dr. Yaldo removes the cataract-ruined lens and prepares her to receive the Rezoom lens that'll complete the process of reviving Mary's eyesight for the rest of her life.
Look up for me, please, Mary. Good. We're just putting some tape on the eyelashes to keep them away. And we're going to put a little spring to hold the eyelids open. So focus on the light, please. Good. Excellent.
In a matter of minutes, Dr. Yaldo has completed the process. Mary will relax back in the post-op room and soon be on her way.
How's the vision? Did it ease you a little bit?
Not really.
All right?
Yeah.
You did very well.
Well, thank you. You're the one that did it.
Better than 90% of people that get the Rezoom lens will not have to wear glasses for anything they do.
In fact, as the chart reveals, a remarkable 81% never need even low-powered reading glasses. Imagine being at an advanced age and reading small print without glasses.
90% of the recovery is done within the first 24 hours. After that, there's still some swelling of the eye, some little bit of foreign body sensation perhaps. Most patients are able to go back to their normal activities within 24 hours.
Lawyer Colleen Ronayne is too young for cataracts and never needed glasses until middle age when her eyesight began deteriorating at all distances. She fought to see things far away and succumbed to reading glasses out of dire necessity.
When I went to see Dr. Yaldo, for the purposes of having a LASIK evaluation, he said I was also a candidate for this other procedure that it first sounded actually kind of scary to me when he used the word a lens implant. Then once I got over my knee-jerk reaction to the word implant, that I wouldn't have a problem with cataracts in the future because of this. And so far I don't need any glasses, and it's been very liberating.
Like so many others in her age category, Colleen delayed discovering which type of vision correction best suited her. The answer she came up with was Rezoom.
I was, living in denial, hoping this wouldn't become as big a problem as it was, but just even having, being tethered to reading glasses and being so dependent upon them. I guess, frankly, there are very few things you could do about getting older, and this was one that I could actually reverse without much aggravation. It wasn't painful at all. Almost no recovery time.
The multifocal implant Rezoom has been around only since 2005. People like Gary Player and Colleen Ronayne make it sound almost too good to be true. But it is.
Frankly, I didn't even know it existed till Dr. Yaldo suggested it. I assumed LASIK would be my best bet. I told somebody last night at dinner that this was absolutely the way to go, and I'm just a little bit chagrined with myself for not having thought of it sooner.
But whether you make the decision sooner or later, fact is it will turn back the hands of time.
The Rezoom Lens gives you your zoom back as if you were a 20-year-old.
Now my eyes are so sharp, it's like I'm 20 again. I can read the line and I can see the distance.
Let's review. LASIK works for all adults and is a two-step procedure. The first, creating a flap on the cornea, is now accomplished with the Intralace computer-guided laser, 100 times more reliable and accurate than the manual blade, and eliminates anxiety for both the doctor and patient. In step 2, the custom wavefront laser creates an exacting 3D picture of your eye's unique topography. With Intralace, patients often get better than 20/20 vision, like the 20/15, the so-called supervision Christina Phillips experienced the very next day. LASIK and LASIK with monovision that also allows up-close freedom are quality-of-life improvements that most find stunning.
The number one thing that I hear that people, after they have their surgery, that they really want to thank me for is their freedom from glasses or contacts, and just the ability to go and live their daily lives without thinking about their vision. That's a wonderful thing. And if you've never had that, that's worth pursuing. They just want to go about their lives without worrying, can they see? Do they need to take their contacts on their trip? Do they have a spare pair of glasses, to back up their contacts? You don't have to think about that anymore.
Conductive keratoplasty, or CK, is for boomers with good far vision but are dependent on reading glasses and gradually need stronger prescriptions. The procedure avoids the center of the eye and reshapes the cornea to its youthful dimensions with gentle radio energy through a hair-thin probe.
The response you hear from patients that have had CK is, oh my God, I can see things up close that I forgot I can even see. And that response is immediate. Usually they don't even leave the operating room without having that kind of an effect. But it's really obvious the next day when they wake up and all of a sudden they look at their watch, they look at their food on the table, their cell phones, and they can see all those things.
Rezoom multifocal implants are for cataract patients and those who have problems at all focal lengths. After 20 years of research, Rezoom produces visual zones that focus light entering the eye for near, far, and in between. Multifocal lenses provide a level of independence from glasses and a range of vision you've either never had or hadn't enjoyed for many years. It is a relatively simple procedure with virtually no downtime.
People that are candidates for the multifocal implants are people that have a problem seeing both distance and up close. They have a lot of farsightedness and they need glasses for both distance and up close. Those are the prime candidates. The people that have had cataracts and need cataracts removal are also good candidates for the multifocal implant, especially if they're active and they have a lifestyle that requires good vision at distance, up close, and in between. If you have a problem where you take off your glasses and you cannot see distance and you cannot see up close, then a multifocal lens implant is the right procedure for you.